Welcome to Acid Logic, the video series where we're answering your questions. I'm Todd Smith and I'll be your host. Throughout this video series, we're going to cover things that we're experts in. So SEO, web design, web development, PPC, social media, photography, and videography. That's why we wanted to start Ask Lifted Logic, to help serve out content to people who aren't just our clients. Because the more you guys know, the better decisions you can make. What is your biggest challenge when starting a design from scratch?
Sometimes just getting started is the hardest part.
Do you always start the same page? Like you're always like, hey, homepage, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because typically the homepage, you're going to have a lot on there. And if you can get the homepage solidified, then that can kind of dictate what the rest of it looks like.
Is there a page that, like in general, you're like every homepage or every contact page or about page or whatever it is that you get, like you're like, this is my favorite page on a site, usually a design?
No, I would say it really varies.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, there's some pages that I just like slave over or I like just cannot like figure out.
Yeah.
But then there's other ones that go super fast. So it's a creative process.
Yeah. For your process, because like, do you prefer to work on one thing nonstop? Like I'm going to finish, like I have 40 hours, I'm going to do this into one design. Or do you prefer to kind of break it up and be like, hey, I'm going to do 6 hours on this, then 2 hours on a logo, and then 6 hours on this, then 2 hours on this? Or like, how does your creative process work?
Yeah, I like to break things up usually. I like to have like a few hours at a time on something. It's really hard to bounce back and forth and only spend like 20 minutes on this, 15 minutes on this, because it's hard to kind of like get into the flow and get into a groove. But yeah, I think I personally like to be able to take a break every now and then, especially whenever you're spending hours and hours on something. Sometimes you just get kind of blind to it, or you run out of ideas, you run out of different ways to figure things out. So taking a step back and working on something else can really, really benefit you and save you time in the long run, in my experience.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of designing a website?
Being able to show it to the client and being able to really make a difference and really make an impact and totally change something. Yeah.
I will say, like, we have a lot of clients who, like, from a business, like real life customer service product standpoint, are amazing. But then like that's not necessarily always pulled through like the web.
Yeah.
And so you'll meet them and you're like, wow, like this is incredible. Like, and then you look at their site and you're like, what? Like, why is there's this giant disconnect?
100%.
And so I think like you get a bridge like that new thing, right?
Yeah.
You get to come in and like say like, this is who you actually are. Let's make the website show this.
Yeah, 100%.
Feel free to hashtag AskLL on social media and we'll get to them as quickly as we can. But keep in mind, there are no stupid questions, especially in the digital space.